Hey, good morning, everybody. We are up and at 'em pretty early this morning in Florida. Oh, it looks like I've got huge bags under my eyes, and maybe I do. I haven't been sleeping all that great. Um, but I just thought we would kind of come to the park, and my little guy is shooting some hoops, which he really wanted to do, and I'm getting some steps in, which I really wanted to do before we get to the really hot part of the day. So that's that. I thought, it would be a good time to do a video. I haven't been very consistent with that, trying to find my rhythm as an inexperienced and unexpected single mom. And it's been hard. It's been a challenge for sure, but that's okay. We're just figuring things out, and we're taking things step by step, one day at a time. And I'm sure so many of you can relate, especially when you thought, or this was just not on your radar. Like it just was not on your radar at all. So anyway, for those of you who may not know me, my name is Bethany. I'm a licensed mental health counselor here in Northeast Florida. Used to be a teacher. I'll get into that whole career change at some point. But I'm really beginning to find some peace and even joy in my story. And there's just been so much, there's just been so much pain and unexpected grief and loss and devastation and just all the things. However, God has really just been so gracious and shown me, I just stepped in a little dip there. Oh, and the rest of the field is like all sunny. So I'm just going to go back this way in the shade. God's just been so gracious in how he has set things up for me and my family, all of our specific needs, just the timing of everything. What brought me to this place, so that when my life changed so suddenly and unexpectedly, and without warning and all of that I would have a way to provide for my kids, for myself, for living. And again, that's probably another story or stories for another time as well. But anyway, I just felt like I wanted to share my heart a little bit about the grief that I feel with each holiday. And I know those who are grieving a physical death of a loved one, right? I have experience with that, of course, and most people do. Holidays just look different. Those meaningful, significant days in our lives, anniversaries of things, just the major holidays, they're forever changed when there's been a loss. And that's hard. That's a hard thing to walk through. And I found myself really struggling with the past few days, and with July 4th of July just being past us, and struggling with just accepting the new reality, accepting that it's okay that things look different, and still being able to trust that God is a God of restoration and ashes to beauty and rebuilding and all of those things that I wholeheartedly believe and I'm really clinging to. But I'm so thankful. Echo chamber. I'm so thankful to have those truths to cling to. So anyway, I just wanted to address that topic of holidays being so incredibly painful and difficult to navigate when you've lost someone, or when your family life has changed. And I'm not even positive at this point, even being a professional, that I have solutions. Well, no, that's not true. I do have lots of different things that we can do to navigate that difficulty. But I guess honestly, I'm not thinking of it from that perspective right now. I'm more in my personal world, my personal world of hurt, for lack of a better term. And I guess I just want to validate for all of you who may be experiencing similar things, and just dealing with the grief and the pain of getting through those significant days, those holidays, and just being able to hold both the grief and yet cling to the hope that it won't always be so painful. It won't always mark such grief in your heart, in your soul. And I'll apologize in advance because I get brought to tears easily, probably thanks to hormones and just life. And I've always been emotional, and you know what? That's okay. That's how God made me. I kind of own that unapologetically. And so just a little warning for you. I tend to get a little emotional, and that's okay. I know so many of us do. And that's okay. We don't need to hide that. Ooh, I think I just saw some eggs on the floor or on the ground. Nope, golf balls. Well, without my glasses on, they looked pretty close to eggs. So, anyway, just, again, my heart, and I'm not even going to edit this because I am so bad at editing. And frankly, I just don't have the time or the mental bandwidth. Being a single mom, with no weekly or day-to-day or weekend or every other weekend support, that's just not a part of my life and my story. So I'm on my own. And believe me, summer is wonderful and exciting and trying to do all the fun things, but man, it can be rough when it's just you, and you are just on call nonstop. And I know so many of you can relate. And so anyway, all that to say, I'm still not giving up on this idea of just building a community. You don't have to be a Christian to belong to this community, but I am unapologetically a Christian, a believer. My faith is the most important thing to me, about me. My walk with the Lord is the most important part of my life. And I just long to be true and honorable and honest and trustworthy and really just all the things that I feel the Lord has called me to be, and walk that out with purpose and intentionality. And I know that there are so many others who feel the same way and who are also experiencing something just so unexpected, a change, a divorce, a loss, just maybe your kids have just completely abandoned the faith for the time being, and what that feels like, and the fear that really rises and gets brought up as we navigate those things. All that to say, life is so beautiful. Oh, here's the echo chamber again. Life is so beautiful and so precious, but gosh, it is just hard. Life is hard. And so I want to build this community where we can just come together, we can share in those struggles, and we can help one another. We don't need to feel alone. We don't need to feel like everyone else is living out the version of life that I had wanted, that I thought I had. And now things look very, very different. And so from that place, just speaking from my heart, I know I'm not alone. We live in a sinful, broken world, and families fall apart, marriages fall apart, disease takes people from, the list goes on and on and on. And I just want to be a place where people can come to and find encouragement and find hope maybe even just find comfort to remember that you're not walking this alone. You are not in this alone. God doesn't call you to walk through this life alone, without support, without people who just genuinely care for you and want the very best for you. And so, yeah, I'm just sharing honestly, that's what's been laid on my heart. And like I said, I stink at editing, so you're going to get all the ums and sniffs and things going on in the background, and probably the camera is all wonky. Oh, and I just realized I'm holding it the wrong way. I'm holding it vertically, and I think you're supposed to hold it horizontally. Oh well, I don't think I'm changing it now. So with that said, I hope you just have a really great Monday, a good start to your week. Find something intentional to do today that maybe brings you joy or brings you a sense of comfort, whether that's reaching out to a long lost friend, reaching out to a family member, just checking in with someone and saying, hey, how are you doing? And being willing to be honest when they ask you the same thing, if you feel that it's a good thing to share with them, because obviously we need to have safe people in our lives to share with. That's a whole other topic as well. But think of something, big or small, that you can do today to just remind yourself you are not in this alone. You have people who love you and support you. And if you find any sense or sort of comfort just coming to this channel, I will love and support you 100%. And yeah, so I hope you have a really good day. I'll see you soon. Bye.